think we should just get right into it. This right here is the Filson Surveyor 36 liter, the do everything pack. Shout out to Huckberry who actually sent this pack out to me. Does this pack live up to the Filson name? It's kind of different. Something different from them that I really haven't seen too much of. First of all, this is a really large pack. It's 36 liters. So that means that you can do everything. You can have a larger everyday carry. You could do a little bit of travel with this pack. You could be your day pack out in the woods. Now, one thing that I like about this pack is the weight on this pack. It's super light for how big it is. 36 liters, it's only 2 pounds. So I rarely see packs this size at that kind of weight, and it has to do with the materials. This right here is mostly a 500D Cordura, like the 500D Cordura that's on a lot of packs. Now they do throw in like 1000D Cordura 12 on the pockets on the sides and also the bottom of the pack right here. So that's pretty interesting. On these high wear places, they did place a heavier weight material, which I like. I like when back companies think through what they're going to do on a pack and give you a little bit heavier weight material in those higher wear places. Like most of my reviews, I'm going to show you the things that I like, the things that I don't like. So let's kind of get into it. I already told you this is a bigger pack, 36 liters. That means you could fit a lot of stuff. I mean, it's almost bordering on the line of maybe a little bit too big for everyday carry. Kind of moving more into like a smaller travel pack, all right? The spec, you know, like I do the dimensions, the spec I want to talk about is the height. Now, I always want to talk about the height of packs because for smaller people, you get a really tall pack, it's going to look crazy on you. Like you got a big knapsack on your back, right? You're going too far with it, right? So the height on this pack is 19 inches. So it is a little larger pack. I still think it's good for most people, right? So let's get into the negatives and the positives about this pack. I think the number one positive about this pack, if you're buying it for a specific need, is the capacity. The main section and the alternative sections do have built-in volume in them, and they're excellent. So let's go there first. The first pocket I want to talk about is this pocket right here in the front. It's got this buckle right here. It's Filson branded. I think these are Woojin buckles. And you kind of pop that flap and then you lift up. One thing about this strap though, it extends out so you could put taller and bigger items in this pocket in the front. And it's like a beaver tail or a dump pocket. Super large. There's no organization in the pocket, but you can just get into it. And another thing that I want to talk about is all the binding on this section is that twill material, that 1000D twirl material. So over time, overuse in and out of the pack, you're not going to have any fraying or edges, you know, kind of getting raggedy because you're in and out of the pack. I like the fact, again, that they put that heavier weight material in there. I have a rain jacket. This is small, it's compact. You can definitely fit a larger jacket in there. What else do I have? I have like a microfiber cloth and like these little silicone containers. I got my map in there, just a map of DC if I need to get out of there. And I have some work gloves. Just, you know, if your car breaks down, you got to do some mechanic work. Good to have gloves. But I can fit a whole bunch more stuff in there. And like I said, the dimension of the pocket is excellent in here for this front section. I love the fact that I could just stuff hat, gloves, you know, jacket, all down in this section and kind of button it up. Even if I have a bigger item, I can extend it out. The next thing that I want to talk about are these pockets on the side. Now on the smaller version of the Surveyor, they don't have the pockets on the side. I like these pockets. So on this side, I have an umbrella tucked behind the pocket, right? Tucked behind this pocket. It has a little pocket there. So the umbrella was just a little bit too tall to fit in the side pocket, but good little use of space right there. Good, you know, for longer items. Now in this pocket, I reserved this pocket for my wallet and keys, which aren't in there right now. It's a great amount of space in there. My whole hand fits in there. And Filson does this thing with their snaps or press studs. If you live in the United Kingdom, they have like a little hook, right? And then you can kind of push. It makes it really easy, almost like a one-handed operation on these snaps. I like that a lot. I like the snaps over, you know, some other kind of new age fangled closure system, right? Fidlocks or anything like that. Now, on the other side, I put a water bottle. So this is a smaller Yeti. It's like 24 ounces or something like that. You could fit a 32 ounce Nalgene back there with the lid up, right? You're not going to be able to close the lid, but if you need to carry a lot of water, this will definitely do it for you. So you can definitely carry this 32 ounce Nalgene. For me, the Yeti is enough water for me. I'll just fill it back up. But you see that the pockets itself, they're made of that same 1000D heavyweight Cordura material, twill material. It definitely feels really different from the rest of the bag. So these two pockets are excellent. The front pocket is excellent. Then they hit you with the old school front pocket like you would see on like a JanSport or something like that. Now, this is like I like it, but I wish they would have added a little bit more. I could have had some, you know, some organizational slots in this pocket because there's really no admin section in this particular bag. So you don't get the places for your knives, your flashlights, and your pens. So I have to add in like an alpaca admin pouch right here. So this is one of my favorites. This is made out of X-Pac. So I think it's 21, VX21. This is one of the better pouches I think Alpaca Gear has done. Actually, you can see I got a knife in there, a flashlight, got my pens, stuff like that, and I'll just stick it in this front section. It is some extra space in there. I also have my sunglasses in there. I didn't even feel that. Got my sunglasses in there, and yeah, great amount of space in this front pocket. And yeah, I'm gonna close this on up. All right. So let's get into the main section because I want to talk about the capacity. I did label that one of my favorite things. So you got to get into the main section, you got to get through these brass YKK zippers. They're Filson branded. They're kind of smaller though. I would say they're probably like a number 6 or number 8. They're got the leather pull tabs on it. Again, you know, Filson tries to work in their leather where they can. You know, they didn't give you a leather grab handle, which would have been nice, but they did give you some leather pull tabs. Now this bag is not a clamshell opening because you have these water bottle slash, you know, dump pockets on the side. Really, you know, first order access, but it does limit your view inside the bag. And because this bag is so big, so large, I have a whole lot of stuff in here. So I have my Sony XM3s, I have Evergood's Cap 1 in there. You can hear the Tic Tacs rolling around in there. I have the Evergood's Cap 2 in there. And I also have a notebook in there. And yeah, so we'll pull out the rest of my stuff as we go along. There's a zippered pocket on the lid. Like this is the front, right? So there's a zipper pocket right here. And it's a pretty large zipper pocket. Smaller zipper, still brass, YKK in the inside. You unzip, this pocket is actually got a good amount of space in there. And I put, you know, just my snacks. I started carrying snacks. The wife was like, hey, you know, you're in meetings all day. You should have a little snack with you. Gotta listen to your wife, fellas. Listen to your wife. So in there, in that pocket, a nice amount of space. And then back here, you have a laptop section where I put my 17-inch Dell Inspiron, which is an older, fatter, huge laptop, man. This thing is so heavy. Anyway, so yeah, I always say, like, if you don't have a self-defense weapon, you could definitely use this. It's crazy heavy. So yeah, it's not suspended off the bottom. That is one drawback, but I'm glad they put a laptop section in this bag. Cavernous inside. You have a lighter material in there. I would consider it a high visibility material because your smaller items are going to be able to be seen against this contrasting color. But massive, massive. Definitely could pack this bag out for, I would say, 3 or 4 days with clothes. Easily. I mean, I know those guys that travel super light. They'll be like, hey, I could 36 liters. I could travel for a month. I can't do that. I can't do that. I need a little bit bigger bag. I mean, you know what I mean? But for a couple of, you know, for a weekend trip, something like that, let's talk about the back panel on this bag right here. So there's some things that I like and there's some things that I don't like about this back panel. And we're going to get to the things that I like and then we're going to ease our way into the things I don't like about this bag. The one thing that I like about the back of this bag and the harness system itself is the width of the shoulder straps. Because they're so wide, it distributes the weight on your shoulder really, really well. You got an ergonomic cut to the shoulder straps themselves. It does fit my body shape really, really well. Hits my shoulders well. It's like a stiffer, firmer padding in here. It's thin, but super firm. So that's a great thing. It reminds me a lot of a Dispatch day pack or something like that, where the padding, you're like, okay, there's not that much padding, but it doesn't matter. This definitely is comfortable. And that's kind of where the positives in for me on this bag right here. Now we go shift into some of the negatives. And we'll start right here, the grab handle. It's just a regular piece of nylon webbing. About an inch and a half just folded over. I just felt like they could have done a little bit better right here. I mean, it's wide enough. You can get a good grab on it, but I would have liked to seen something, you know, padded, leather, something along those lines. This just looks like a letdown. Now, the sternum strap on the shoulder pads, way too large, right? You got like a 1-inch piece of webbing here. The strap is too long. There is a strap keeper there, but it's just too big and it's non-removable. In a 36-liter pack, again, you're on that line of travel or your EDC, but to be totally honest, I still don't use sternum straps on even on a 36-liter pack. And this is just, I think it's overkill. Right? It's not like a huge gripe. I just want to point it out to you. I do like to see that they did use a strap keeper there with some Velcro, which is nice. Now, let's move around to the back panel. The back panel itself, right? Flat as can be. Let me line it up so you guys can see. No venting. You got some quilted kind of sewn sections here, but all in all, man, your back's going to be hot. Not really, you know, contoured or cushy, just really thin padding. And that's the one thing, this bag doesn't have a frame sheet in it, right? So it becomes kind of floppy, kind of floppy-doppy when you take out that laptop in the back, and that's kind of what's giving this bag structure. Already mentioned, like, for as large as this bag is, you put a laptop sleeve in it. I would have liked to seen like a dedicated, like, it doesn't need to be a full-on admin panel with, you know, business card slots and stuff like that, but it definitely needs to have a place for, you know, a knife, a flashlight. That would have been nice just to add it in. Yeah. So that are kind of my complaints. The price on this pack right here is $225. I know Filson doesn't really do anything like cheaply. Like, they don't do anything like under like $100. Do I think this bag is it's a little high for me. You know, I'm looking objectively about like what you're getting for Cordura pack, 36 liters, $225. I think it's just a little bit high. I would be all over this pack, and I can't set prices, but I really would be all over this pack around $175 or something like that. That's kind of where I think it should be. You know, it's a toss around pack. It's a beater pack. You take it in the woods one day. You go hunting with it. You take it into the office maybe. You keep it clean. Last thing right here, there is some little Filson branding so you know it's official tissue. Yeah, this is a decent pack. The Surveyor is a decent pack. If I was going to do like the everyday carry thing, I probably would go down to the smaller one, which doesn't have the side, the water bottle pockets or the dump pockets on the side. But overall, a very, very decent, solid pack. I mean, you can't really go wrong with 500D Cordura. It's proven. The back panel, longer distances, might not be the greatest feeling pack over longer distances. But if you got a lot of stuff and you just want to kind of dump it in, this might be the pack for you. Guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you loved it, subscribe, baby. Come on back. We got plenty of gear to review. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.